Germany, a Shining World Leadership Award for Compassion and Shining World Caring Leadership Award laureate, renews its commitment to conflict prevention. Germany signed a new $6.7 million agreement with the United Nations Development Programme and the UN Department of Political and Peacebuilding Affairs to aid the Building National Capacities for Conflict Prevention program. Currently being implemented in over 70 countries, the joint endeavor will continue to focus on developing, enhancing, and consolidating conflict resolution and prevention. The initiative has backed the formation of peace structures in nations, including Ghana, Tunisia, and the Philippines. Furthermore, the program's peace and development advisors have helped in supporting social cohesion and reconciliation in a number of countries. Much gratitude and God bless you, Germany, for your generous assistance to this important plan. Many thanks also United Nations Development Programme and Department of Political and Peacebuilding Affairs. In the immeasurable goodness of the Providence, may harmony and stability bloom in every corner of our treasured world.
Japan supports displaced people in northeast Syria. The government of Japan, a Shining World Leadership Awards for Compassion, Animal Protection, and Generosity laureate, has donated $14 million to assist tens of thousands of displaced individuals in northeast Syria. People in need will be provided access to safe water, sanitation, and healthcare services, as well as supplied with tents and blankets. Of the total contribution, $6.2 million will be given to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, $2.8 million to the United Nations Children's Fund, $0.4 million to the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs, and $4.6 million to the International Committee of the Red Cross. We salute your munificent care for global citizens, Japan. Heaven's blessings, our appreciation, all implementing agencies, for your dedication to less fortunate sisters and brothers. May your timely aid help many kind persons in Syria to greet a world filled with peaceful tomorrows on a planet of love in divine grace.
Italian multinational invests in wind power in Kazakhstan. Energy company Eni, headquartered in Italy, launched a $100 million 48 megawatt wind power production project in the Aktobi region of Kazakhstan. It is receiving support from the Kazakhstan government through its Kazakh Invest entity and United States headquartered General Electric. The initiative is in line with the vision of Kazakhstan President, His Excellency Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, a Shining World Leadership Award for Good Governance laureate, to establish a green economy for the country. Anticipated to have an annual production of 200 gigawatt hours, the new wind farm will prevent over 172,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide emissions annually. In addition to this pilot endeavor, Eni has been chosen to expand the wind farm by 48 megawatts as well as build a 50 megawatt solar power facility in the country's Turkestan region. What a joyful eco-news, Eni and Kazakhstan. In celestial radiance, may your partnership help bring an abundant and sustainable future to Kazakhstan and her amiable citizens.
Serbia makes strides in biogas. After completing a 5-year investment project in biogas, Serbia is set to reap major economic and environmental benefits, including the reduction of approximately 1 million tons of CO2 over the next 2 decades. The 6 constructed biogas plants, which were part of the 6.4 megawatt endeavor, have already created 100 new green jobs, increased the local tax base while also converting agricultural waste into valuable energy. This venture received $3 million in combined support from the United Nations Development Program and the independently operated United States headquartered Global Environment Facility, as well as $22 million worth of private sector investment. Hats off Serbia, United Nations Development Program, Global Environment Facility, and all contributors. Your collaboration has created clean energy and more prosperity for the fine Serbian people in God's infinite care.
Global Fund provides education for vulnerable children in 4 countries. International Humanitarian Fund, Education Cannot Wait, recently announced $64 million in grants to support 4 new multi-year programs to provide education to disadvantaged youth in Chad, Ethiopia, South Sudan, and Syria. Over the next 3 years, the endeavor has the goal of helping about 5 million youngsters with enhanced access to equitable, inclusive, and safe learning environments. These initiatives will be built and developed with various partners, including organizations of the United Nations, a Shining World Leadership Award for Life-Saving Hero Award laureate, national governments, private sectors, and donors. They include training teachers, constructing protective learning spaces, offering school meal programs, as well as providing mental health and psychosocial support. Our warmest thank you, Education Cannot Wait and partners. Our hearts are uplifted and gladdened to learn of your compassionate cooperation to support bright opportunities for precious children. May all youth grow up happily and healthily in the loving shield of heaven.
Americans give thumbs up to meat reduction for 2020. A study completed in the United States found that more than half of adults under age 65 approved of the New Year's resolution of eating a weekly veg meal, with the number rising to nearly 70% for those under 34 years of age. Conducted by the U.S. headquartered market research firm Dynata and commissioned by the United Kingdom-based Meatless Farm Company, the study concluded that those age groups which were most likely to decrease meat consumption also had a high probability of making New Year's resolutions. The researchers suggested that it indicates a relationship between self-improvement and eating less meat. Many thanks for this encouraging information, Meatless Farm Company and Dynata. Heaven bless a flourishing vegan 2020 and beyond as more and more humans adopt the noble way of life so that all cherished residents of Earth may harmoniously thrive in God's mercy.
Australian state delivers food to animals in need. New South Wales, a Shining World Leadership Award for Protection recipient, has delivered 2,200 kilograms of sweet potatoes and carrots to help animals who survived the wildfires and are currently residing in unfamiliar areas without sufficient food. This aerial food drop initiative, called Operation Rock Wallaby, is being commissioned through the National Parks and Wildlife Service in Jenolan, Kangaroo Valley, Yangon National Park, and more regions. The government will continue to monitor the situation throughout the areas. In addition, charity Animals Australia has leased small planes to transport food, including grains, to injured wildlife through the non-profit Vets for Compassion, which is dedicated to improving animal well-being in Australia and Asia. Our sincere gratefulness and God bless you, New South Wales, as well as National Parks and Wildlife Service, Animals Australia, and Vets for Compassion. We pray that all inhabitants of Australia will be safe and have adequate water, food, and shelter in heaven's protective embrace.
Supreme Master Qinghai gratefully present the Shining World Leadership Award for Compassion to New South Wales and the Shining World Protection Award to both Animals Australia and Vets for Compassion, plus $20,000 each for extra support toward their noble endeavor. May heavens always shield you and all involved as you protect the innocent and vulnerable animals.